My name is Daniel Carter, and I still remember the exact moment I realized I had been erased from my own family. It wasn't when I got the invitation and saw my name missing. It wasn't even when I called my brother and he avoided my questions. It was when he finally said it quietly, like it was supposed to be normal. My wife doesn't want you there. No explanation, no apology, just that sentence. And somehow, that hurt more than being disinvited. Because my brother wasn't just my brother, he was my best friend growing up. 1. The beginning of the silence. We used to be inseparable. Me and Jason Carter, two brothers growing up in Ohio, sharing everything from video games to childhood secrets to dreams about the future. When he met Emily, I was happy for him. Truly. She was smart, confident, and ambitious. The kind of person who always seemed like she knew exactly what she wanted. At first, I thought she liked me too. We had normal conversations at family dinners. We laughed. We joked. But something changed after their engagement. It started small. Jason stopped replying to my messages quickly. Then he stopped inviting me to hangouts. Then I noticed I was always finding out things secondhand, through my parents or social media. Still, I didn't think much of it. Families drift sometimes, right? That's what I told myself. I didn't know I was already being slowly removed. 2. The wedding announcement. One evening, I saw it on Facebook. Jason and Emily, wedding date set. Venue booked. Everything perfect. Except one thing. I wasn't in the guest list photos. No mention of me. No tag. Nothing. I texted Jason immediately. Open quote, "Hey man, congrats. Super happy for you. When is the wedding exactly? Need details." Close quote. Hours passed. Then a reply came. Open quote, "We'll talk later." That was it. No excitement. No warmth. Just distance. I felt something tighten in my chest, but I ignored it. Maybe he was busy. Maybe wedding stress. That's what I kept telling myself. Number 3, the conversation that changed everything. A week later, I called him. He didn't pick up at first. Then finally he answered. "Hey," he said. His voice wasn't like before. It felt careful, controlled. I asked him directly, "Dude, what's going on? I'm not even on your wedding invite list." A long pause followed. I heard him breathe. Then he said it. "It's Emily. She doesn't want you there." I laughed nervously at first. I actually thought it was a joke. Come on, man. Why would she... Did I do something? Another pause. Then Jason said something I'll never forget. "She feels like you judge her. She thinks you don't respect her choices." That hit me like a punch. "Jason, I've never said anything bad about her." "So, I know," he replied, "but it's not about what you said. It's how she feels." Silence. Then the final blow. "We just think it's better if you don't come. It'll keep peace. Keep peace by removing me." That was the moment something inside me changed. Not anger, not sadness, just confusion mixed with disbelief. 4. The family that stayed silent. I thought my parents would step in. I was wrong. When I told my mom, she sighed like she had heard bad weather news. "Maybe just let it go, Daniel. Weddings are stressful. Let it go." My own brother's wedding. My dad said almost nothing. Just don't make it harder for him. So that was it. The entire family had agreed silently. I was the problem, even though nobody would say it directly. Number 5, watching from the outside. The wedding day came. I didn't go, obviously, but I couldn't avoid it completely. Photos were everywhere. Instagram stories, Facebook posts, my brother smiling in a tux, Emily glowing in a white dress, my parents standing proudly between them. And me? I was nowhere. I sat in my apartment that night, staring at those photos like they belonged to a different life. And maybe they did. At some point, I stopped scrolling, not because I didn't care anymore, but because I cared too much. 6. The unexpected call. 2 weeks after the wedding, Jason called me. I didn't answer at first, but he kept calling. Finally, I picked up. "Hey," he said. His voice sounded different again. Tired. "What do you want?" I asked. A long pause. Then, "I think we made a mistake." Those words surprised me. I didn't respond immediately. He continued, "Things have been Complicated since the wedding. I stayed silent. Then he said something that caught me off guard. Emily thinks I chose you over her family. My parents didn't like that you weren't there either. It's all been weird. I let out a dry laugh. So I'm the problem even when I'm not there? Jason didn't respond, because deep down, he knew it made no sense. Hour 7, the truth about Emily. A few days later, Jason came to my apartment. First time seeing him in months. He looked exhausted. We sat down. No small talk, just silence. Then he finally said it. She didn't want you there because she thought you were judging her. What exactly did I do? I asked again. Jason rubbed his face. She said you once made a comment about her career choice. I froze. Then I remembered. One conversation, months ago. Emily had been talking about quitting her stable job to start a small online business. I had said, "Are you sure that's stable enough?" That was it. One sentence, a normal concern. But in her mind, it became something else. "You think I'm not good enough," she told Jason apparently. And from that moment, everything escalated. 8, the breaking point, I looked at Jason. "So instead of talking to me, you just erased me?" He didn't answer immediately. Then quietly, "I thought it would blow over." "That's not how families work," I said. He nodded. For the first time, he looked ashamed. "I know." Silence again. Then he "I miss you, man." That hit harder than I expected. Because I missed him too, but missing someone doesn't fix what's broken. 9, the realization. After he left, I sat alone for a long time. I kept thinking about everything, and I realized something uncomfortable. This wasn't just about a wedding. It was about how easily I had been removed. No confrontation, no defense, no loyalty from anyone, just silence. And silence had done more damage than any argument ever could. Shamar 10, rebuilding something new. Weeks turned into months. Jason tried to rebuild contact slowly. Short messages, occasional calls, no big apologies, no dramatic fixes, just effort. I didn't forgive him quickly. I couldn't. But I also didn't cut him off completely. Because family isn't something you delete in a day. It's something that breaks slowly and heals even slower. Emily never reached out, and maybe she never would. But I stopped waiting for her version of the story. What I leavened. One evening, Jason asked me something unexpected. "Do you hate me for it?" I thought about it, honestly. Then I said, "No, but I learned something." "What?" he asked. "That being left out hurts, but being replaced without explanation hurts more." He nodded quietly, and I continued. "But I also learned I don't need to fight for a place where I'm already unwanted." That was the truth. Simple, heavy, final. Harbor 12, the ending that isn't really an ending today. Things aren't perfect. Jason and I talk again, but it's different now. More careful, more honest. My parents still avoid the topic, and Emily is still part of the story, but not part of my life anymore. Sometimes I think about that wedding, about the photos I wasn't in, about the sentence that started it all. "My wife doesn't want you there." But now I understand something I didn't back then. It was never just about me being unwanted. It was about how fragile relationships become when people stop communicating and start assuming, and how easily someone can disappear without anyone even realizing they were gone.